What's up YouTube, Fancy here, and today I am reviewing Yokai Watch 2, Bony Spirits and Fleshy Souls. Now, I didn't play through both of them, I only played through one of them. I played through Fleshy Souls, but just like Pokemon, they're basically the same game. Now, the main difference is, of course, the few, or almost called them Pokemon, the few yokai that you can only get in each certain game. And also what comes with these, let me go ahead and open this up, don't want to lose the games in here. It comes with, oh, this is attached with glue. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I'll just take this whole thing out. You get Jabonyon Z. So what you do is you scan this coin. It's actually blocking out the little QR code so you can't steal my Jabonyon. You scan that little code, you go to a little bank, the Piggleston Bank, and then you get your character. And in this one, do you get a different one? I think you do. You get, oh, you get a new Ultimate move. Okay, so that's what that is. And this one is, oh, also Jabonyon Z. So I think this is the same thing. I don't know. They look a little bit different. So there's that. And also, these little medals do work in the Yokai accessory watch that you can buy separately. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive into the review. If you guys don't know what Yokai Watch is, it's a lot like Pokemon. And the fact that you're capturing these new monsters, and they level up, and they have different abilities, and there's certain ones that work better against other ones. But that's about where the similarities stop, because this game is very different from Pokemon. Pokemon, you have the singular quest pretty much to go out, become a Pokemon Master, beat all the gyms, and then beat the Final Four. That's the main thing for Pokemon. Of course, there's sometimes a secondary storyline, like you gotta beat these bad guys, they're gonna destroy the world in some way, but normally there's usually 1 to 2 main paths. Whereas this game, there are tons of different quests, side quests, there's mini games. This game actually added a ton of new features from the first one. I still highly recommend Yokai Watch 1. I gave that one, I think, an 8 back when I reviewed it. I did not make a video review. That was only a paper thing. I just wrote something for it. But I did want to make a video review for this game because I actually do recommend this series a lot. It's a lot of fun. Now, it's not for everybody. I'm going to get into what they added to the second one on top of the first one a little bit later. But I kind of want to go over the combat system and why I like this game a lot. The combat in Yokai Watch 2 is going to be very divisive because it's a passive system. So let me go ahead and break it down how it works. It's a little bit complicated to explain. So you've got a wheel of 6 yokai, and you've got 3 that are active and 3 down below that aren't doing anything. And what you can do is you can cycle the yokai as much as you want. So like you can have turn it like this. So these 3, now there's one down here who's inactive, and you bring up one of those, or you can completely switch so that all the 3 of the bottom ones are the top now. So you're constantly switching around yokai as you're battling because they do different things. Like, for instance, Jabonyon heals, Jabonyon does area attacks, whereas Hungramps does heals. So you want to keep switching them around, and you want to be able to use their different abilities for different things. For instance, there's also a yokai that does a sleep effect. That's a very useful status effect because when they're asleep, they can't attack. So you'll switch over to that one, have it put some to sleep, or use the Ultimate move, which while they're battling, these little orbs will be absorbed by your yokai, and it will charge your Ultimate meter. Once the Ultimate meter is charged on that yokai, you unleash its Ultimate move by playing a little mini game on the touchscreen, and then it does its attack, or does its heal, or in another yokai's case, puts them all to sleep. And that's super useful. So you can just switch them around, and then also on top of that, so there's, like I said, there's a lot of stuff you're doing. It's passive, but at the same time it's not. Your yokai can be inspirited, and when they're inspirited, you have to move them down, and you have to hit purify, and you have to do a little mini game to basically wake them up. It's kind of like a paralysis. So you wake them up after you do that, you get a little bit more XP, you rotate them back in, you have them attack more, you have their Soultimate meter charge up. While you're doing that, you have other ones that you're cycling in and out as you're purifying them. You're using the Soultimate moves as much as you can. And in boss battles, it adds another layer. Because what you can do is you can actually target either certain yokai. So if you're fighting 3 yokai, you can target certain ones. Like if one's putting your yokai to sleep, you can target that one, have all of your yokai focus on that one, kill that one so you don't have to worry about that status effect anymore. But if you're fighting a boss, they'll have weak points that are usually visual or obvious, but it's still a lot of fun. In the first one, there was a 3-headed snake that was a ton of fun because you had to keep hitting it as the eyes would open, or it was a snake eye thing. It was really weird, but it was cool because you had to constantly multitask as you're managing your different yokai down here who are being inspirited, using the Sultan moves, and you have to target, and then you look at the top screen, and you have to move a little cursor to the ones that are active. The first real boss of Yokai 2 is a giant skeleton, which looks really cool, by the way. I like the graphics a lot in this game. And you can see that on his ribcage, he's got a bandage, and underneath that is his heart. So what you do is you have your yokai target the bandages. That does more damage to it. And when the bandage gets knocked off, you start hitting criticals because it's hitting that spot underneath the bandage, which is like its heart or some sort of organ. So you're constantly doing things, but at the same time, it's not like Pokemon where you choose the exact move that they're going to do. The yokai have a certain move list, but you can't really control what move they're going to use. They kind of use the best move for that situation. So you don't have complete control, but you do have control over when they use the ultimate moves, which is crucial. You do have control over the inspiritedness of them, so you can't awaken them. You don't have to worry about like a paralysis potion or anything like that. And you can target things, so you're still doing a ton of stuff, and it's not like you're not doing anything at all. So I like the system a lot because it's unique, it's not copying off Pokemon in that aspect, and it's doing something original. At least I haven't seen anything like it. So that's why I like the game. Also, I like the game because the characters have a lot of character. They have personalities, and I love that. Pikachu in Pokemon just goes Pika Pika P and just says his name a million times. Unlike that, these characters talk. They all have their own personalities, and I gotta say, I like Jibanyan more than Pikachu. I know that's blasphemy, but I like this character so much more. He's got a lot more. He's got a backstory, and he's got like a really sad backstory. And I really like him. He's cool. And the game has a lot of humor. There's a lot of really funny jokes that they make. There's some kind of sly jokes. There's some adult humor in there. And there's just a lot of silly situations that you keep finding yourself in. And I just wanted to keep playing. And the cool thing is unlike the first one, this one has a lot more replay value because there are 100 more yokai, bringing the total to 350. It's insane. And whenever you see a new one, they're crazy looking. Like one of them looks like a mattress with a face popping out of it. One of them is like a hat with like lady legs. There's like a bunch of different types of Jibanyan. There's a bunch of just really weird creatures. And I love the game for that. I love it. And I don't know, there's just so much they added. They added a bunch of new apps because you have this thing called the Yokai Pad. I just got it. iPad, Yokai Pad. Anyway. And these apps are multiplayer modes that you can play with your friends locally. They do have a Wi-Fi option now. They did not have that in the first game. You can do battling online. You can do trading of your yokai medallions. You can do a mini game, like I said earlier, but this mini game's cool because you actually play as the yokai instead of the person controlling the yokai. It's really cool. And of course, this was developed by Level 5 that made Ni no Kuni, they made Dark Cloud, they made the first Yokai Watch, and there's a bunch of other games I'm sure that I'm leaving out. but I absolutely love that company. It's actually on one of my, it's probably like one of my top 5 companies now, just because of their constant quality content that they put out. They're really fun games, and I love the art style that they do. With Ni no Kuni, they had Studio Ghibli do the animated sequences and do pretty much all the art for the game. So the game's simply beautiful. And this game's really no exception. It's not Studio Ghibli, but it looks great. So, like I said, Yokai Watch 2, huge improvement over the first one. I still highly recommend the first one. I've seen it on sale for around $20. So I would recommend picking up the first one first for $20, playing through it, and I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And then if you do happen to watch the Yokai Watch show, the first Yokai Watch game, I actually watched a couple of episodes before I played that game, and it followed along with the first couple episodes, which was really cool. Now, I haven't watched any new episodes of Yokai Watch. It could follow along with the show still, but this game did feel a bit differently than the first one. The first one felt a bit more serious, and this one had a lot more jokes in it. Don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of jokes in the first one. I give Yokai Watch 2 Fleshy Souls and Bony Spirits an 8.5 out of 10. Highly recommend it. It's a really fun handheld game. You're going to put at least 20 hours in it. If you do all the side quests, you're looking at probably 25 hours. There's a lot of gameplay here. Like a lot. And then, of course, there's multiplayer, so that adds even more. And then there's the mini games that you can play with your friends. Now, the one thing that kind of sucks about the multiplayer is that it is multiple card gameplay, so you can't just have somebody download it, as far as I know. But that would be my only gripe, really. And like I said, the combat is a bit divisive. So some people are going to like it, some people are not going to like it. So those are the reasons I gave it an 8.5. Definitely check it out. And look forward to new garage sales and a new review coming out pretty soon. About a week, actually. Paper Mario Color Splash. Super excited to play this game. I saw it at E3. And it's like a mix between... It feels like, at least, a mix between Paper Mario and almost Splatoon. I feel like that's been Nintendo's thing lately, is different colored paints and just vibrant colors, which is cool. I'm down with that. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with this Paper Mario, because after Sticker Star, they really have to prove themselves. Sticker Star was kind of a mess. I played a little bit of it. Wasn't my cup of tea, and a lot of people had problems with it. They're calling it the worst Paper Mario game, worst Mario game ever. So, I don't know. I'll have to look at who develops that and who's developing this, and that'll really tell you how it's going to be. I'm hoping it's a great game, though, because I like Paper Mario. I liked Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, so if this is anything like that, that won't be, though, because that one's just a strict RPG, because it's a Mario and Luigi game. I don't know. I liked the last... That was a Paper Mario. I'm going to call it a Paper Mario game, just to kind of soothe my worries. So hopefully it was like that Paper Mario game and not Sticker Star. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. New yard sale videos coming out in a couple days, I'm sure. I know you guys want a game room tour, but this room is still a mess. So when I have time to buckle down and clean, I will show you guys what the room looks like. But I can guarantee you guys are going to love that video. I'm looking at like towers of N64 games over there. Boxes of every console you can imagine, so definitely some stuff to look forward to. Also, with Paper Mario Color Splash on Fantavision, I'm going to be having... I might play through the whole game on Fantavision. I'll see how viewership goes. I'll see the interest. If you guys really want to keep seeing it, let me know, and I will continue playing it. That's just kind of what I do over there on that channel. I do gameplays and just kind of videos for fun. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a fantastic day.